for the Linton Miners, and also they're hosting tonight White River Valley. White River Valley coming in with a record of 16-4. Linton-Stockton coming in with a record of 8-12. Now, the conference SWIAC is already sewn up, so that is not at stake tonight in this varsity basketball game here at home at Linton. But there's certainly second place on the line, and the Miners would like to keep that. And White River Valley would like to beat Linton for the first time, and I don't know how long. I'll turn it over to Heather.
We'd like to remind everyone that we are currently in the Jordan Vaught Insurance pregame show, so call Ross and his staff at Jordan Vaught Insurance for your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, or life. His friendly staff treats you like family, making sure that you are covered. So call 812-384-3535 today. We also want to mention that tonight's starting lineups you'll hear will be sponsored by Klusner Construction of Linton. Whether it is a remodel or a new construction home, you know it'll be done right the first time every single time you choose Tony and his crew at Klusner Construction. So call Tony or Bart Wade of Linton today. Also, quarter sponsor is Key Associates of Linton, serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years. Key Associates of Linton has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. So whether you're looking to buy your dream home, next home, or sell your home to enter into the next chapter of your life, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks are there for you every step of the way. They are your key to the very best. Walton Funeral Service serves as our 3-point shot sponsor. Funeral pre-planning with dedication to professional and compassionate service, leaving kind memories since 1915. From one generation to the next, from one family to another, Todd and Cindy Walton are proud of their funeral home's heritage. Their families have been there for this community for over a century and look forward to serving you for many more years to come. They are your lamp of hope when you need them most. Stanger Homes serves as tonight's scoreboard sponsor. Did you know that 30% of homes have sold during winter months? So don't wait. Give her a call at 812-219-2307 today. And since this is varsity only, that means our E2 Custom Creations post-game show will come sooner than later. They're now taking pre-orders for Mother's Day and 2025 graduations. They can pretty much engrave on anything, so give them a call for your perfect personalized gift. And if you need help creating one, they can do that too. Give them a call at 812-798-0174 or visit them on Facebook today. We should mention that tonight we will be honoring the 3 seniors that you see here on the screen. And I'm going to put up a different graphic here so you can see their names. From left to right, Olivia McKee, Isabella Franklin, and Addison McKee. These 3 Linton seniors will say goodbye to Linton Miners tonight on their home court before they head to the sectionals at North Knox next week. But we should also mention, too, that White River Valley plays their last regular season game of the season tonight. And these 4 seniors, this is their final game before they head to Clay City next week for the 1A sectional. From left to right, manager Andrea Davidson, senior Izzy Avila, Reese Graves, and Brenna Walton. So we want to say congratulations to all 7 seniors tonight that are playing in Linton-Stockton for the regular season. Kevin?
And as you pointed out earlier, Heather, I think the tributes start at 6 o'clock for the girls.
They do start at 6. We will be honoring the 3 seniors here. So our pregame will kind of cut off right at 6 o'clock. We will carry that in its completion, and then once they go back to warm up, we'll pick back up with sponsor ads. Kevin?
Yeah, you are listening to the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show. And Heather, I'll let you handle our introductions.
So tonight we have on tonight's broadcast, we want to give props to our broadcast team. If you'll give me just a moment here, I'll get this on your screen. It will be in the bottom left-hand corner. From left to right, we have Kevin Rader on play-by-play, Greg Elliott on color, our stats analysis, Dan Phillips and myself on production and camera. So We are currently right now syndicating to YouTube, so please feel free, if you are watching YouTube, let us know by chatting with us in the box at the bottom. And if you're on the Indiana Champions High School Athletic Association Champions Network, we also welcome you there as well. One quick reminder, as we head to sectionals next week, YouTube will not be
an option
shown, because all games must be shown directly on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network. Kevin?
So, guys, several things we can talk about. I think what I'm going to do here is talk about our 3 seniors here for Linton-Stockton. Let's talk, first of all, a little bit about Addie McKee, who I think has really come into her own this year.
Yeah, Addie's been one of those kids. She's very hardworking, and they all are, but Addie's been that one girl that has the potential to light it up at any given time, and you know what you're going to get with her every night. She's always scrapping and playing hard, plays defense hard, does a lot of little things, but she can shoot lights out. And when she gets hot, it's like the rim up there is like a hula hoop. Everything's going in. So, a great career for her. Hopefully it extends on out a little bit longer going into next week, but she has certainly left her mark on Lady Minor basketball.
Big D, I'll let you talk about Addie a little bit.
Yeah, I think Greg pretty well nailed it on the nose.
He did.
I think we talked a little bit about coming into this season how different it was going to be for these girls who kind of played side roles, more defensive roles, subordinate roles, and she's the one who really had to step up and take senior leadership, and you can see that she does it. And as he said, when she can shoot lights out, I think as a team they've all had trouble with that three-pointer the second half of the season, but they could be very dangerous if suddenly that hoop opens up.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about her twin, Olivia McKee.
Yeah, Olivia's another one of them that she just works hard. She's been a vital part of minor basketball for a long time, and she's the one that kind of gets to do a lot of the dirty work sometimes. She'll get I would fully expect to see her on Avila tonight inside, and so she's usually a lot of times playing with somebody taller than her, playing down in the post, and she does a really good job of holding her own. And here lately she's come on the scoring side and made some big threes, and the other night she made a couple nice looks as well. So
she's had a little foul issues lately,
she has.
But I think that's because of playing tenacious defense.
Well, and then again, a lot of times, when you're undersized playing in the post down there, you're doing everything you can do to try to keep a bigger player, a stronger player out from the basket from you, and that's not always easy to do, especially when you see a ball reverse real quick and that girl's got position on you real quick. You're going to get into some situations where you foul.
I kind of thought Bella might draw Avila tonight, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Big D,
Olivia.
I
think Greg's right on the nose. Olivia, she's fell victim to how the game was called a couple of times and gets foul trouble early, but she's a workhorse inside. The 5 points she scored the other night were key in that fourth quarter after sitting for so long and played for a long time with 3 fouls that kept out of it. But I think she's a workhorse. Not always see it in the box score necessarily what she does defensively, grind it out, more hardcore. Our 3 singers are very tough mentally and physically kids. So hopefully tonight she won't get in that early foul trouble. But what you say her name was? 55.
Avila.
She's got some size on the inside, and
I
don't expect. I expect, like you said, I think maybe Olivia will be on her, and we'll see.
I'd say Bella
on Walton probably.
Yep.
And let's turn to Bella because number 14, the senior, who I know the coach told us last year that she was probably the strongest person on the team, without a doubt. And how many times have we seen that where somebody will run into her and they bounce off like a BB in a freight car, and she just stands there?
Yeah, I got to work with her a little bit during softball season. She is a strong young lady, and she found her way into this lineup 3 years ago whenever she really started doing a lot of the things that a lot of kids don't like to do, playing defense, diving on the ball, rebounding, doing that and saying, hey, this is my role, I'm going to do it. What's been interesting, you saw it last year starting to come along. She's capable of scoring. She's capable of shooting the ball really well, and she's had some games. It's been fun to watch her this year be more aggressive going to the basket and driving the lane because – again, if she gets inside in the paint, there's not a lot of kids that are going to be able to muscle her off the boards.
Let me add one thing on this. I think she's the most versatile person on the floor because she is
out
on guarding somebody on top.
Right.
She's underneath. She's out on the wing, and she usually draws the toughest assignment defensively and never complains. Just does what needs to be done.
She seems to. It surprises you. I imagine if you don't know the team and you see her grinding on the inside in the paint, and then she comes out to the top of the key and she handles it. When you could tell they try to test her by going left and right, and I think her physicalness is a big thing. And I think on the inside, if she just slows down a little bit and puts that ball in there, she can be devastating on the inside. And we have seen her nail some threes as well. She's key to the ball game, her success.
All righty, why don't we take a break? You are listening to the Jordan and Vaught Insurance Pregame Show. This is Rader Media Sports.
Hello there, I'm Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets. Are you a first-time home buyer and you just don't know where to start? Perhaps you're looking to downsize and you need to list a property and get top dollar. In any of those situations, you need a professional agent on your side. I have successfully opened doors for clients for over the last 4 years, and it is a complete pleasure of mine to be able to help them end one chapter and begin a new one. Navigating the real estate market can be complex, but with the right guidance, it doesn't have to be. Let me help you understand the housing market, and let's negotiate the best deal. So together, let's open a new door and close it with Corey.
Three specialty clinics with three top-notch providers right here close to home. Greene County General Hospital's Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care are the area's go-tos when it comes to your care. Team Ortho is home to the county's only board-certified orthopedic surgeon, Dr. John Hammerstein. Dr. Matthew Parmenter is a board-certified foot and ankle surgeon with more than 35 years' experience. And board-certified general surgeon Dr. Cam Gabrielson is trained to diagnose a wide range of diseases that may require surgery. Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care, the trio you can trust. They're all part of the Greene County General Hospital family. Our family, caring for yours. Welcome back to the Jordan and Vaught Insurance Pregame Show as the Linton-Stockton Lady Miners at 8 and 12 are hosting White River Valley tonight at 16 and 4. The Lady Wolverines coming in, and I know we'll talk more about the Wolverines after the senior honorees are honored here tonight. But I do want to talk a little bit, Greg, about Brenna Walton, because in one game, and Heather and I happened to be in attendance for this, 9 threes, which, Heather, how many records were broken that night?
So she broke the single game record for both the girls and the boys at White River Valley. So she also broke the record for most threes in a single season for the girls. And I mean, I think that's pretty incredible. She's very academically, and Craig, you can speak on this as well. Greg, obviously she's your niece. She's obviously my best friend's daughter. So I've known her we've both known her since she was born. And we are very happy to be able to broadcast this matchup between two schools that are only how many miles apart?
6 miles,
5,
I think.
6.
So.
And as we mentioned earlier, not only are we saying goodbye to 3 seniors from Linton, but WRV is losing 3 pretty strong seniors as well, in addition to manager Andrea Davidson. So
one thing I would say about Brenna's game before I want to turn it over to you, Greg, is she seems to let the game come to her. She's not one of those people that's going to put up a bunch of shots just to put up a bunch of shots.
Yeah, she does a good job of playing within the offense, and as an uncle, I'm really super proud of her. She's had a great career and a super senior season. She's capable. She's scored 35 points a couple times this year. She's plenty capable of lighting it up in situations, but she doesn't force a lot of stuff. And, again, I think for her tonight, that's going to be the case again. I would expect Bella to be on her to start with, and they're going to try to take her out of the game. What's been interesting when I've watched this WRV team play, and I've watched them play 7 or 8 times this year, they're not Brenna's not it. Reese Graves is plenty capable of putting up points. Avila inside is going to get you rebounds and get you points. And then when you look at, there's a couple girls on there that have scored some points at times in double figures, but Peyton Lefevre, I really enjoy watching her play. She's got a high motor. She's going all the time. And, then you sit there and you look down knowing that we've got the Welsh girl she's kind of like our, I don't know, maybe a Olivia McKee type. She can score, but she's just doing a lot of the things that not a lot of kids want to do. She's rebounding, she's blocking out, she's playing defense. And it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. I think overall it's going to be how WRV handles the physicality. I think Linton has always been physical, and they're going to be physical. But
some of that has to do with the teams that they have played through the year, correct? By playing Ben Davis, by playing some of these schools that are bigger, where it's going to be physical.
And the
Miners had to learn to compete.
I think that's the case. And then the thing about it is, as I watched WRV this year compared to last year, they weren't a bad team last year at all. But they lost some tight games, and a lot of it was, I felt like was on the physicality side. This year, they went up the other night and beat Owen Valley at Owen Valley. Owen Valley's, we watched them. Owen Valley's physical as us that night. And so, that they can do that. And that they're adjusting to playing that way now. So I think this could be a really good game tonight.
We are being joined by the high school band, so that's going to be pretty cool to bring some extra energy tonight. The minor cadets, looks like the high school minor cadets will be performing during tonight's, I think what I've been told is the halftime show, so that's pretty cool as well. So the gym is starting to fill in here, which is really nice to see for these seniors. We're going to take a really, really quick timeout here before the senior festivities begin. This is Rader Media Sports.
At Crane Credit Union, you can expect a personalized experience from people committed to your financial well-being. When you visit one of our 18 branches across southern and central Indiana, you will be greeted by our team that is committed to supporting your financial needs, dreams, and possibilities through all the stages of your life. From youth and teen accounts where it pays to get A's, to auto and personal loans that are processed completely within your local branch. Your local staff can assist you with mortgage and home equity needs, and when the time is right, we can help you with your IRA retirement accounts. We will be with you every step of the way. Crane Credit Union, building relationships since 1955.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports. We are preparing right now for the ceremony for the high school seniors.
I always like to think it's a big game when the band is here.
Yeah.
I love that. Yep. It'll make Big D hard to hear tonight, but we'll.
I'll have to put on my musician hat and start yelling. I don't. Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Big D.
I was just going to, while we got time, these teams have faced a lot of the same opponents, so it's kind of interesting to look at that. Linton and White River Valley both beat North Davies by about the same score. Both beat Clay City. As Greg mentioned, Owen Valley was a 13-point win for White River Valley. The Miners won by 9 earlier. Both teams beat Bloomfield. Both teams beat Shakamak about the same. Where the differences are, Linton beat Bar Reeve while White River Valley lost by 8 to the Vikings. North Central Farmersburg and Linton lost that in double overtime, while White River Valley was defeated 75-42 in that one. And the other one that was a different, Miners beat the Arrows. Sullivan 51-45 just a couple nights ago, and Sullivan beat White River Valley 45-34. Scores, nothing's really necessarily a blowout there, so you can't really tell, but
I would throw out that Sullivan game and that Bar Reeve comparison for two reasons. One, it was their first game of the year on Sullivan.
Right.
And then, we'll get back to it here.
Well, and they had J.C. Wilson going, and she didn't play. Here we go.
Lady Minor basketball in the last 4 years. We're going to begin with the twins. Olivia and Addison McKee.
Olivia and Addison McKee.
Olivia has played basketball for 12 years and has been a varsity player for 4 years. Her favorite basketball memory is going on the semi-state run last year and the bus rides home. Olivia's future plan is to attend college where she will study business and pursue a career in aesthetics and cosmetology. Olivia's advice to her underclassmen is to have fun and chase your dreams. Don't be too hard on yourself and remember to be a kid first. Olivia McKee. And Addison McKee. Addison has played basketball for 4 years and has been a varsity player for 4 years. Her favorite basketball memory is beating North Knox in sectionals her junior year and when Sid played Nick Quan in the locker room. Addison's future plan is to attend Lakeland College to play basketball and pursue a degree in early childhood education. Addison's advice to her underclassmen is to give 100% to the things you love, always be the better person before you are a player, and put God first. Addison McKee. And we have Isabella Franklin. Supported by Jason and Tammy Franklin. She has played basketball for 8 years and has been a varsity player for 3 years. Her favorite basketball memory is going to semi-state last year. Her future plan is to attend Ivy Tech and major in nursing. Isabella's advice to her underclassmen is to not take the years for granted because they do go by very fast. Isabella Franklin. And those are your 2025 Leggett Minor basketball seniors. Give them a round of applause.
We're going to take a really quick timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Rader Media Sports.
Finding the best coverage for your home, auto, life, and business isn't always a walk in the park. I'm Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Whether you're buying your first car or starting your own business, finding the right coverage can be a challenge. With great companies like Auto Owners Insurance, I can find the appropriate coverages so that you and your family can be better protected. Come see me, Audrey Sparks, to discuss what coverages are right for you or give me a call at 812-847-4798.
Good at a lot of things, like cheering on the Miners to victory. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Jathan Wright is good at making sure your insurance needs are just right for you. That's why Jathan is here to help you work through any questions you might have about your auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Then you can get back to making sure the Miner fan section is louder than the other team. Talk to Jathan. Stop in or submit your information online and give him a call at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood. Welcome back again to Linton Minor Basketball. The girls tonight hosting White River Valley. We got the tributes out of the way, and I enjoyed those, and it's always interesting to listen to some of the girls' favorite memories. That's always interesting.
Yes.
And it's interesting for the boys, too, not just the girls.
Yeah,
but.
Absolutely. Hey, can I touch back on what
Yes.
for? So the Bar Reeve game for Bar Reeve when they played Linton, that was their first ball game. They had their season pushed back because of volleyball success, and then Sullivan was first game for WRV. So kind of those two kind of stand out, but I pushed them aside. The one that jumps out at me is the North Central game. And I did not see that WRV game, but we were here calling that game on the live stream for the Linton game. Linton had their chances to win that game, but the disparity in the score, I don't know what the difference was there. Right. I know North Central is a team that can get away from you really quick because they can score points in a bunch of – and so I don't know if it was a press situation, what it was there, but that's where I think this game comes down to here a little bit tonight is going to be just how WRV will adjust to the pressure and how Linton will adjust to WRV and their inside game. If they get Avila going inside, it's going to be a tough night for them.
Big D?
Well, and we've seen that very problem in prior contests. Rivet comes to mind, Vincennes with the Herman girl inside, but Bloomington North also had a big girl. So I think foul trouble could be something that the Miners just have. Although I will say we've seen Abigail McKee and Marley
Rimmel.
Rimmel contributed big time in the last game.
Yeah.
So we're getting some more depth there, but you can't not notice that White River Valley just really plays a 5-6 the whole time with the injury situation. So foul trouble, if they call it early, that might benefit Linton more than it does, I think, White River Valley.
Yeah, and it could be a problem that way.
April Settles, this is her second year. She, as you mentioned, 9-14 last year. She's 20-26 her second year. She replaces Mark Graves, who was here for looks like 8 years, and then A.J. Graves was here 4 years before that. So the Graves name quite solid at White River Valley. It was good to see Jared Rimmel on Thursday night. Got to talk to him a little bit.
I would say this, too, about Coach Settles. She was a point guard on their really good teams they had back in the early 2000s that one of those teams went to the went to state finals. And just going over there to watch ball games where, watch my niece play, every game they have these young kids out there playing at halftime. And they're building something back over there that I think is going to pay off for them and continue. They've got some good junior high teams coming. And I think they're setting themselves up for some success just beyond this year.
Building from the ground up, and that's necessary when you see they only have so many players, don't have a JV team.
Yep.
Miners real quick, Kevin, the Miners have won 6 of the last 6 contests by a pretty good margin. Didn't play in 2020 because of COVID, but in 2016 all the way back down to 2011, White River Valley was very dominant over the Miners. So a very even series, even though there's 2A versus 1A.
Yep.
I just wanted to talk a little bit because the reason one of the numbers are down a little bit is Molly Settles, of course, the coach's daughter, who's a very good athlete in her own right, has a knee problem and is out for the rest of the year. And so we certainly, imagine how good they would be if they were fully staffed.
They miss her. They miss her because she does, again, she does a lot of the things. She's a great athlete. She'll score points. But
she
she
gives
also
them another
plays
solid
defense,
option.
another body to keep everybody fresh, to rotate in and out, and it certainly hurt their depth. But she was a young lady there that was starting to come around and continue to get better, and it was kind of a bad deal to see her go down.
About the only thing you could say is she's a sophomore, and then hopefully she can rebound and be strong. But yeah, you're right with Walton and having another threat like Settles there. That's got to be tough for the coach too, to see your daughter go down like that.
Yep.
Another thing I want to talk about, we brought it up earlier, and that's looking back over our shoulders at Sullivan. And Heather, you're the one who mentioned this to me. J.C. Wilson's father had posted something, and can you reiterate a little bit about that post?
I think, let me find it here. Said that she's going to do everything she can to be up and be ready to go on Tuesday night. Obviously said she's as tough as nails like her mother, and let me see here. I don't want to paraphrase by any means here. Just a moment.
Well, the only reason I asked why you're hunting for it is it was a positive, and this time of year with seniors, you don't want to see them hurt. You want to see them play in the year out. Go ahead, Heather.
Said she's walking on the foot that rolled during the game on Tuesday. Thinks she will have to show more physical toughness and bite down on the mouthpiece the whole game because there will still be pain. But look out Tuesday night. My bet is she'll be on that court playing.
And we hope so.
And we hope she can get back. And we hope tonight's game, obviously, is pain and injury-free, because obviously these two teams are going to start sectional play on Tuesday. As we mentioned earlier, White River Valley will travel to Clay City for the 1A sectional championship. That's a sectional. It's got 8 teams, whereas Linton is going to face the North Knox sectional in 2A with 6 teams. So next week's sectional will actually, for White River Valley, you're going to have Bloomfield, Clay City, North Central, obviously White River Valley, Lighthouse Christian, Shakamak.
I believe Duggar's in there as well.
Duggar, and I'm missing one. Clay City, right? So
Yeah.
That's a pretty loaded sectional for next week. My understanding is they play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So theirs is a 5-game sectional, whereas 2A is only Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. And obviously we will be following the Lady Miners to North Knox. Kevin and I went down yesterday for a media walkthrough to get everything ready to go for Tuesday evening. Obviously, Dan, you're going to be joining us on Tuesday for Linton versus Sullivan, as well as West Vigo versus Eastern Green. And then we're going to have the full team with us Friday and Saturday, Dan, Greg, Kevin, and myself. So we're very excited to be able to follow the Miners. And then we're going to throw in, Kevin, next week, we're going to throw in Cascade on Thursday, which is JV and Varsity. And then we'll also on Saturday, before we go back for the championship, we'll host here White River Valley, JV and Varsity Boys. So as we did our live video tonight, this is game 1 of 14 over the next 9 days.
Unbelievable.
And we are ready.
A lot of basketball.
We're ready to go.
Yes, we are ready to go.
You know, you look ahead at these sectionals, WRV probably got us, you know, if you were going to hand draw it, they wanted to be in the opposite bracket of North Central. Records go out, you know, the old cliche, but it's true. So they're going to have to work, but they've got a chance to get another shot at North Central if they do what they're supposed to do in those first couple ball games.
Can I say? I want to hear you guys' perspective on this, because I know you don't want anybody to get hurt in a game like this, but there is something at stake. It's still the keg here, and it's still playing for pride. And yet I look at this as though this is a great warm-up for sectionals. These are two great teams going at it before the sectionals.
Yeah. You know, you're always taking a risk with injuries, but at this point in the season, you're wanting to play. You're wanting to keep the momentum that you're building, that you have going. And this is the last quiz before the big test comes. And so you've played all season to get ready for sectionals, and so you want to come into it. I'm sure both these teams have things that they've worked on this week that were not relevant to Linton or WRV. They were relevant to that first sectional opponent.
Well, I think that, again, right on the head, Greg, momentum. The Miners have come down this last stretch, you know, dropped, looks like 6 in a row, 6 or 7 before that win over Sullivan, which was a big win. Whereas White River Valley, I think they've won 9 of their last 10. They've only lost 4 games. I don't think you want to go into the first game of sectional with a poor performance going into it. You really would like to purr like a perfect machine, come down and make things work. Maybe for Linton even more than White River Valley, because they got that win over Sullivan, and they've had so many close games that just for maybe a 2-minute spurt, they could have won maybe 6 of those ball games. So they need to have a good game tonight to be fired up going into it. And this Sullivan, it was funny because Coach at the end of that game said we didn't do anything that we're normally going to do. And I'll follow this up with JC. Even if she's not 100%, her size and physicality inside will thwart some of those runs to the middle. Even if she can't necessarily do what she normally does, her size, she didn't have to move. She can stand right there and hold her hands up.
And this will be a good test tonight to kind of mimic that a little bit with Avila in the center for them. And you know, if you look at sectionals, I mean, sometimes getting out of your sectional, I don't care how good you are, getting out of your sectional is sometimes the toughest thing to do.
Yeah. Because
every team in there, they've played you at least once, they've scouted you multiple times, they know what you do good and what you don't, and they're gonna be prepared for it to the utmost degree. So it's a grinder.
You have to feel that White River Valley has looked at that North Central score and says that's not who we are. So they really want to get to that last game.
Yeah. And you look at the Linton sectional, you know that South Knox is a favorite. Nobody can dispute that. North Knox is right there behind them. But as you saw last year, anything can go, and it takes an upset here or there, and things change.
The ball just ball just has to fall in the hoop for the Miners.
How interesting is it that they got placed in opposite brackets.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Because the very thing they complained about last year worked out for both of them this year. And I'm not saying it's because it's drawn, it's random, but how interesting that controversy was done away with immediately.
Well, listen, that's sour grapes in my opinion when you talk about it from last year. It's the luck of the draw. It always is. That's the fun part about Indiana basketball and having that draw like that. I would hate to see them seed it, because if you start seeding it, then you might as well just put the top 2 teams in every sectional and let them play. But this is the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it's always been, and it always works itself out. And this year it did. It was ideal if you're the Knox County teams to be in opposite brackets. And
what everybody forgets about in that, Greg, is that Linton also played on that night before as well. So the Miners were every bit as you can't use an excuse of being tired.
Right.
It was a big game, that North Knox South Knox game. I'm sure everybody thought that's how it was going to. Whoever won that one was going to win it. But it was a great effort by the Miners, and I'm telling you, if Linton's defense is a solid defense, get after you, tenacious. We just haven't hit the shots.
We haven't put a whole game together.
Right, and if that ever happens, Linton could be a very big dark horse in it.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll pick up there when we come back. This is the Jordan and Vaughn Insurance pregame show. This is Rader Media Sports. Got to get it in the air. Shot up. It's a three-pointer. Jackson Miller calls the big shot. Bingo! Oh, my God. We thank those Rader Media Sports sponsors who make our broadcast free to view for those at home, abroad, and who watch on the replay. Whether you're a Miner Pride sponsor, a One Sports sponsor, or simply appear as rotating banner sponsor, Rader Media Sports helps to promote you well beyond the broadcast. You appear in many live broadcasts each game night, but many rewatch after the final buzzer or horn, giving you increased exposure for years to come. You're listed on each sports web link on RaderMediaSports.com, giving visitors the opportunity to hyperlink directly back to your business website or social media page. Game Day social media graphics list your business or name as another reference to you. And we're developing additional ways to give extra promotions to our Miner Pride sponsors even after a signed contract, all free of charge. Reminder, 30% of all sponsorships received are donated directly back to Linton-Stockton schools. The remainder is used for IHSAA fees, our Miners Broadcasting Student Club, scholarships, equipment, travel out of town, and even out-of-state games, and donated back to other causes within our community.
Getting through, they break out in the open. Can they do it?
Come on, Jesse.
At the 50, run, Jesse, run!
Oh, yeah!
30,
Go, buddy!
20, 10, 5, touchdown! Oh, mama!
So what are you waiting for? Sponsorships start as little as $100 a season, which includes regular and postseason play. Let us help get your business, organization, and family name before thousands through dedicated social media marketing. Rader Media Sports prides itself in hard work and professional coverage while providing night in, night out work for all things Linton-Stockton.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
Welcome back. 25 or 6-4 by Chicago. Greet you as you come back here to the home of the Linton Miners. The Linton-Stockton Miners, Lady Miners tonight hosting White River Valley. Greg, I kind of interrupted you to go to the break there. Do you remember what you were talking about?
No, I do not.
Oh, well, tell me about the SWIAC, because I'm always curious how the standings are shaping up tonight.
So, North Central has locked up first place. They're 7-0 in conference. WRV is 6-1. Linton is 6-1. Shakamak's 4-4. North Davies 2-4, and then Eastern 1-5. Bloomfield 1-5, and Clay City 0-6. One of the things that was interesting.
The referee just tripped over the keg.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you don't hear that every day.
No. So one thing when you look at the defensive averages here, they're pretty similar. WRV actually has a 40 game points allowed, and then Linton's 44.6. The difference is in on the offensive side. Their WRV's averaging almost 56, and Linton's averaging 43. I really think if this game is the winning score is under 40, I think it's probably going to lean more closely to Linton. I think if WRV can get into their offense and out and run, they've got a lot of kids that can score. I think that higher score is going to be more inclined to be leaned in their favor.
Or can I add how much the band adds to the atmosphere?
Oh, they're great. They sound really good.
This is a great crowd. Absolutely,
especially
great
for
crowd.
the Linton side. I mean, that's very nice to see here tonight.
So we want to say thank you to all who are watching on the Champions Network, who's also watching on our YouTube channel. So we want to encourage all of you, if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to go in and leave us a comment, and we'll do our best to respond during tonight's ball game. If you are watching on the Champions Network and you'd like to comment on our Facebook photo, we may just give you a shout out, such as Jackie White says, watching from St. Mary's, Georgia. Good luck, Lady Miners. Bert Russell says, watching from Fairbanks, and says, go Miners. And I'm just going to see if I can get this little handsome little boy here right in front of us.
Oh,
Mr. Knox, who's here supporting not only his Miners, but I know he and the McKee twins thinks they're pretty special, so giving them a good shout out right here.
That is great.
He is jamming.
That is great. And you make a good point about the band, Big D. I'm really enjoying it. In fact, earlier they were playing Painted Black by the Stones, right?
Yeah, they were.
And I thought that's kind of a WRV song tonight out of the Linton band.
We should also mention that our next broadcast will be tomorrow night as we travel to, I'm going to throw this up real quick on the screen as they're running out. We will be tomorrow at Eastern Green as the high school boys basketball team will be in SWIAC conference game. Kevin, you and I will be going tomorrow night to do that ball game, and then we're going to come right back here on Saturday as the boys host the North Knox Warriors. So we want to just say to all of you that are watching, we will have all of the information posted on our Facebook page tonight for tomorrow night's ball game, so we can share the details with you as shared from Aaron Buskirk there at Eastern Green High School. I always love going there, and that's where this is the sectional for the boys are going to be this year. So it's going to be great to see that. We went there and covered the volleyball sectional, so very excited to be back.
You know, you guys, and I'm interested to get your perspective on this, because obviously I'm still, even though I've lived here for 30 years, I'm over 30 years, 35, 36, 40, whatever it's been. I'm still a newbie to this, but the second season is such an exciting time for both boys and girls in basketball. It's like there's just nothing like it.
No, it's everything that you play the entire season for is to get yourself ready for that end. And, you know, Big D and I were talking a little bit, you know, when we first got here about what it used to be like. And, you know, I love class basketball. I think it gives a lot of opportunities to win, and there's some really unique and cool rivalries going. But man, back in the day when it was just your county schools in a sectional somewhere, it was absolutely incredibly insane. Some of the crowds, WRV's gym packed all the way to the floor, standing around the top, 3 and 4 deep.
Sitting on the stairs, little kids on the floor. I mean, Larry Simmons would come off diving for a ball, and you could catch him in the stands. And, WRV was L&M, and it was Worthington Jefferson. And
let me ask you guys something else, because they just huddled around the logo here. The Linton Miners do that every night that they play here at home. Those 3 seniors just did it for the last time.
Yeah, it's tough.
What is that like?
Oh, man.
Taking that jersey off for the very, very last time is probably one of the hardest things as an athlete that you do.
It still chokes me up even thinking about it, honestly.
I mean, you've done something since you were a little kid, and you've played it, and you've went through all the blood and the sweat and the tears, and we were talking about it at my house there a week or so ago. I said, there is nothing that you're ever going to do that is going to mimic or replicate what you have within the team concept and the locker room and all that stuff. You cannot duplicate it out here in life.
That's all.
And it's tough when that is finally taken away, and it's why I hate seeing kids lose games, from injuries, because there may be another game, the Settles girl, there may be, there's another season or 2 for her, but she doesn't get these games back. And that's why you hate it.
I can hardly add anything to it. For me, I don't think it really hits you till towards the end. I think the reality of it, you're so focused right now, you don't. But as a buzzer, when you start looking at it, fourth quarter, you're down to 3 minutes. That does. And the last thing I'd say is I saw a 30 by 30 last night of Randy Moss, and he said there is nothing like Friday night or Saturday night high school athletics. You don't get that kind of feeling ever again.
This is Rader Media Sports. Whether it's the classroom, the field, the stage, or the court, it's time for another production of Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, on the Champions Network of the IHSAA.
Very long.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, where our starting lineups tonight will be sponsored by Klusner Construction, whether it is a remodel, a new construction, an addition, or simply you just want to add to your home. Call Tony and his crew to have it done right the first time, every single time. You choose Bart Wade and Tony Klusner of Linton today. And we will now be joined by the Linton-Stockton High School cadets.
to Linton-Stockton High School for tonight's varsity contest between the visiting White River Valley Lady Wolverines and your Lady Miners. Here are the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Lady Wolverines. Starting in guard at 5'5" senior number 5, Reese Graves. At forward at 5'7" senior number 10, Brenna Walton. And guard at 5'7" sophomore number 23, Peyton LeFever. And forward at 5'7" junior number 40, Ella Welch. And at center, a 6' senior number 55, Izzy Levi. And the Wolverines are coached by Miss April Sellers.
A new feature here tonight with all the lights out for the introduction of the Miners for the last home game of the year.
Not sure that was intended.
Starting lineups are sponsored by Kluster Construction.
So we are ready for basketball. It's Reese Graves, Brenna Walton, Peyton LeFever, Ella Welsh, and Izzy Avila for the Lady Wolverines. For the Lady Miners, it's Audrey Sullivan, J.C. Archer, Addie McKee, Bella Franklin, and Olivia McKee. Avila, Bella Franklin to jump it up. Bella will win the tip. Miners coming down. Freshman Audrey Sullivan. You almost need to quit saying that about now, don't we, Greg? Because they're not freshmen anymore, really.
They're not WRVs.
In fact, there's her shot.
Yep.
Boom. She proves it. Audrey Sullivan cans the first Walton Funeral Service three-point shot of the night to give the Miners a 3-0 advantage. Great feed underneath. A great feed underneath by Reese Graves. And
interesting here, they've got Bella on Reese Graves, and they've got Audrey.
Who made that? Was that LeFever?
No, that was Welsh.
Thank you.
They've got Audrey Sullivan guarding Walton.
All right, and interesting to watch because Brenna Walton, as Greg was alluding to, is one to watch. She set a school record for 9 threes in one ball game. She is a threat. Now, it looks like they're starting White River Valley in a zone. Is that a 2-3, Greg? Looks like it.
Play a 2-3 most of the time.
Working out on top. J.C. Archer takes her try. No. McKee, Addie comes out with a rebound. Gets it out to Audrey Sullivan on the right wing. She moves it to the top of the key and goes back to the right to Addie.
If you're WRV, you can't give them second chances. You've got to block out and do.
She almost got trapped in there, Archer. McKee dribbles in. She gets caught and then travels. They're doing the right thing by trying to penetrate the zone, but it looks like what they're wanting to do is kick the ball back out.
The shot that Sullivan got earlier, they were swinging the ball and they reversed it back real quick and kind of caught WRV out of position on their defense. So
Peyton LeFever, the sophomore, bringing the ball up, goes around the screen by Avila. Wanted to get the ball into her. She's double teamed. She still gets the ball, but now it's knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. And it looked like the Miners quickly double teamed with Archer and Olivia McKee.
Yeah, Izzy does a good job of keeping the ball up, but they had her fronted and somebody playing behind her both.
Full court pressure. Miners Get it to Audrey Sullivan. Audrey back to Addie. Now to the middle to Bella. Right over to the right side to Olivia to Archer. Nice feed into Bella. Spins out of it. Gets it to Addie McKee. Shot off the back iron. No good. That was kind of flat. Brenna Walton with the ball across the timeline, standing near the logo. Sullivan knocks the ball away. Audrey right on top of her. She's going to want to stay that way. Brenna working around the screen. No go. Gets it to Lefevre. Back to, no, inside. That's number 5. Reese Graves moving without the ball, cutting to the hoop. Gets her first 2, and it's 4-3 White River Valley. Just underway. The home of the Miners, home of Miner pride. Sullivan on the left. Archer takes the tray. It's going to be off the back iron as well. Rebound fished out of there by Olivia McKee. Sullivan fakes from the free throw line. Jumper, no good. Bella Franklin with a rebound to the cup. 2.
Miners did a good job on the boards. Two second chances there. Make it cash it in.
As a reminder, this first quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton.
Reese Graves bringing the ball up, gets fouled by Bella. You hate to see Bella Franklin pick up fouls that way. They'll inbound underneath. Graves will pull the trigger. Trying to get the ball in. They do. Great move to the hoop by Walton. She's fouled by J.C. Archer, and she will go to the free throw line. Brenna Walton, the senior, will shoot 2. She's nearing 1,000 points, but not there yet. Perfect. Brenna will get another one. All net. 4:57 to play, first quarter. 5-5. The Wolverines and the Miners. Second free throw. Rims around, gets the shooter's roll. 2 points for Brenna. Miners bringing the ball up. Audrey Sullivan. With it out on top, goes around a screen. Gets it over the left side to Archer. Back out on top, Sullivan. Archer. Starts to drive. Takes it, kicks it out. Olivia McKee. Shot up, no good. Miners hustle, get it down, but cannot. They do come up with the ball. Sullivan is able to snatch it away from Reese Graves. Shot over on the left side by Bella, no good. Rebound, Archer spins underneath, tries to go up. Boy, they're going to let him play. That ball goes out of bounds.
Looked like there could have been a foul there on one of the WRV girls on JC. Good job rebounding, going up. Yeah.
Do I not have you up?
There we go.
There you go,
So
Big D. I apologize.
4 offensive boards.
There's
Avila with the rebound there, clears off the defensive board. Graves off and running on the left side, goes around Archer, shot up, no good. Ball tipped up, Avila with a rebound, she puts it down. 2 points for Izzy. And like that, it's 8-5 Miners. 8-5 Wolverines. Ball tipped away from Sullivan. Gets it back, cross court. McKee. Sisters playing catch with it. Now they get it to Sullivan out on top. Right side, Archer.
Middle's open right there.
It was. They get it in there, and it's knocked away from McKee. They're going to call a jump ball, and that will be Wolverine basketball.
I think Lady Miners need to look there sooner. Got to get it there. If you start getting the ball at that elbow area, they're going to break this zone down.
So does that count as a turnover when you have a jump ball and it goes the other way?
I believe so. I can't swear by it.
Graves bringing up the ball.
No, Lefevre.
Oh, I thought it was number 5. I apologize. It's 23, Peyton Lefevre. Working on the left side. Gets it out on top to Welsh. She's going to take a jumper top of the key. No good. Rebound. Olivia McKee. Bella Franklin. Across the timeline. Switches to the left hand. Kicks it back out. Addie McKee. Trey on the way. No good. It looked good. Just did not fall.
Offensive board.
Sullivan with the ball. Archer. Back to Sullivan. Backs it off at the top of the key. The 2-3 zone so far for White River Valley is working. Trey on the way by Sullivan. Audrey Sullivan gets her second. Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, and there's a timeout on the floor. I think White River Valley wants to discuss it. It is 8-8 at 2:53 mark here in the first quarter at the break. This is Rader Media Sports.
City Linton employees are dedicated to providing the best and most reliable utility service, security, and safety for its families and students. As the new mayor, I agree with the sign, "You'll like Linton." But you'll really love our miners.
It's 8-all at the 2:53 mark here in the first quarter on the Stanger Homes scoreboard. WRV to inbound the ball. Welsh gets it into Walton, then across the timeline to Graves. She takes it, hoops back to Avila, and gets the basket. That's a great penetration and kickback to give the easy two for Izzy Avila.
Good job there by Reese Graves getting that ball to her.
Sullivan on the right side. Miners working the ball around. Archer. They get it into Olivia McKee. She gets it over on the left side to Archer. Drives the lane. Avila closes that down. They kick it back out. Franklin, right side, Sullivan. I thought she'd take the three again there. She did not. Then she takes the one there. Off the back iron, no good. Miners cannot run it down. It's run down by Welsh. And then passed off quickly to Reese Graves. Reese across the timeline with the left hand. Bella is on her. She goes all the way and feeds Avila. There's that easy bunny again.
Good.
Drive and kick off to Izzy Avila for 6 points.
Walk.
And there's a walk by Bella.
That was just...
Miners out of sorts here.
Yeah, Reese Graves just did a little quick move there, and Bella wasn't expecting it. Call her on a travel there.
3 turnovers for the Miners, 1 for White River Valley.
Miners are settling for that outside shot a little bit, and they're going to have to get inside that paint and break that down a little bit.
Avila with a pass back to Reese Graves. It's picked up, and boy, there, the Miners finally get it out. Archer shot on the right side, no good. Rebound for the Miners, Olivia McKee, yes. Olivia gets her first 2.
Another second chance basket for the Miners, getting the rebounds off those misses, but
6 of them.
Walton, left side, Trey, and I think she thinks she got fouled there, but nothing called, but it still counts. That's 5 now, and that's her first Walton Funeral Service three-pointer of the night. We'll have to keep track of those. Out on the right side, Sullivan. Starts to back in, gets it back to Archer. Left side, Bella Franklin.
There you go. Turn and shoot. Oh.
Yeah, then she gets trapped inside there and loses control of the ball. They get it to Walton. She loses control, starts to, kicks it back now to Lefevre, and now to number 5, Reese Graves. She sets up the shot from the logo. Works out on the left side. Right hand, left hand, back to the left hand, and now Bella Franklin gets her opportunity to steal the ball, and there's a foul called. Those two are kind of going at each other. Bella got that one.
They are letting them play because I'm used to the whistle on those kind of plays.
Sullivan with the ball. 35 seconds to go in this first quarter. 15-10 White River Valley. The Miners will play for 1 shot. So far, you have to give White River Valley some credit. They're going to go into after the end of 1 with a lead no matter what here.
WRV switched up to a man here.
Sullivan. Gets it over the left side to Bella. Back out to Sullivan, left side to Archer. They're leaving her alone. Now she goes to the baseline and kicks it back out to Bella. Bella starts to drive, loses control. Ball tipped around. We're 2-1. Archer shot at the buzzer. Off the rim, no good. It will end at first quarter, 15-10. White River Valley on the Stanger Homes scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
It starts well before the lights are turned on. The grill at the grill is fired up well before the front door is unlocked and the first customer ventures in.
I've been coming to the grill for 30 years. It's the best restaurant in Greene County.
It's a Ling tradition that's lasted over 100 years and the same family for over the last 40. Open 7 days a week with carry out, and speaking of traditions, they have steak night every Friday and Saturday night. If you didn't stop by today, there's always tomorrow at the Grill in downtown Linton.
At Crane Credit Union, we offer checking accounts to fit your needs. We have a high yield option, free debit cards and online banking, and free checks for members 60 plus. With no monthly service fees, you can start letting your money work for you. Learn more at cranecu.org. And is your family protected? Contact Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Alicia Cornelius to discuss your auto, home, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family, she says. Let me help protect yours, too. Proudly serving Indiana. Call 812-582-8941 to speak with Alicia, one agent for all your insurance needs.
You're starting quarter number 2, brought to you by
Key Associates of Linton.
Thank you.
Miners have got to pick it up, 29% shooting.
Well, right now, WRV has an inside-outside game, and the Miners do not.
Miners don't. If you're the Miners, you got to look at and see how can we break this down, how can we get it in the paint and let that zone collapse. If you're WRV, you've got to figure out a way to block out and not give up all these offensive boards. I think 3 of the Miners' baskets were on second chance points.
Yeah.
Archer, right side.
I think you got to attack the lane sooner or later.
Yeah. Sullivan, cross court to Addie McKee. Addie from the weak side goes to the baseline, gets trapped, pushed out of bounds, kicks the ball out to Bella Franklin, now to Archer. Archer wants to take it to the cup. She spins inside. Shot off the glass. Good.
Take. Good strong move.
She challenged Avila and won.
Yeah, that could have been a foul, too.
Walton with the ball, but the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's off Bella Franklin. 6:55 to play here in the first quarter. 15-12 is our score. They inbound the ball. Reese Graves with it in the lane. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Addie McKee. Miners off and running. You can hear the Miner crowd trying to cheer them on. Archer again with a fake. She starts to penetrate, gets trapped. 3-on-1, tries to break the ball out of there. Does. Sullivan picks it up. Gets it on the right side. Bella Franklin, cross court. Addie McKee, Trey on the way, no good. And the rebound goes to Peyton Lefevre. Now to Graves. This time she walks it up at the logo. Dribbling with the left hand. You can hear the crowd chanting, take it away. Graves, turnaround jumper, good. Reese Graves, who has done a good job quarterbacking and shooting, she has 4. Sullivan with across the timeline. WRV with a 17-12 5-point lead in the second quarter on the Stanger home scoreboard. Miners struggling to find a way to penetrate this zone. Ball tipped.
Yeah,
Sullivan runs it down.
Yeah, those are going to
passes are.
Archer tries to back her way in. Ball knocked away. Graves off and running. This is what she's done all night long so far. Avila hits the deck. I don't know what happened, but they're going to stop play. The three-pointer by Walton was good, but they've stopped play. Izzy gets up. I think she's okay. Boy, had she been able to get up, that three-pointer by Brenna would have counted.
That was pretty hard spill. She just
she went face planted over.
Got feet tangled up there.
Yeah, they're 5 for 5 on the paint on the inside.
It's interesting that the first person to Izzy, was Audrey Sullivan. Audrey wanted to make sure she was okay. And she is. Now will continue to play. Good. Reese Graves will inbound the ball. Gets it to Lefevre. Addie McKee is on her. Lefevre with a yo-yo dribbled out top.
You know, Kevin, we talk about points and rebounds and fouls and stuff, but there's a lot of good sportsmanship out there between a lot of teams.
Franklin underneath, shot no good. Oh, a great break, and the Miners can't cash in. They're coming the other way. Graves with the ball. Reese kicks it back out. 3 on the way by Lefevre. Up no good. Ball tipped out of bounds by, looked like, Welsh, knocked the ball down.
You know, Kevin, we just got a comment from Burt Russell who says, we tried the grill because of your commercial. Now we return to the grill because the food is great.
Oh, glad to hear that. And it is. Big D can attest to that. I'm sure Greg's been in there a few times.
Absolutely.
Sullivan, nice runner in the lane, and it'll count.
You cannot leave her that open there. She's going to look to get in there.
The freshman, Audrey Sullivan, with 8 to lead the Miners. Here's a nice drive up off the glass, too hard, no good. Avila looked like she was going to get the rebound, but no, the freshman J.C. Archer is able to strip it away. Ball on the left side to Addie McKee. Out on top, Sullivan. Goes on the left side, back to Addie.
Feel a little bit of momentum kind of switching here just a tad.
Yeah, basket
There's
here.
that cross court. Franklin out on top, Sullivan. J.C. Archer spins between 2 White River Valley defenders. No good. The tray on the way, and that one is a wall ball. Not the normal what you would see from Addie McKee.
Well, the Miners still having so much trouble at that three-pointer. It's so much a part of their game. They're 2 of 13. That's just 15%.
Graves coming up with the ball. Working on the right side. Shot off the glass. No good. Tipped out by Bella. But unfortunately goes right in the hands of Lefevre. And now we have a whistle. Looks like we have a foul or a jump ball.
Got a foul there.
Just a real quick check-in here on YouTube. We have Van Pasterman says, I'm watching from Fort Wayne, grew up in Davies County. Also, we have someone saying, go Bella Franklin, go Miners, go.
Peyton Lefevre misses the first free throw. She's disappointed with herself. She'll get another one.
Second foul on Archer for the Miners.
Okay. So far, we're into the second quarter, 3:52 remaining, and we haven't seen a substitution for either team, correct?
No, not yet.
And we've got a timeout on the floor by White River Valley. They're excited about what they're seeing, and they should be. They have an 18-14 advantage with 3:52 remaining here in the second quarter. This is Rader Media Sports. Linton Sporting Goods, your local one-stop equipment shop for all things sports. Locally owned and operated in the family for over 40 years. They'll make sure you're ready to start the season or upgrade throughout the season. Find them on Facebook today. The Grill, we were just talking about it, is a Linton tradition that's lasted over 100 years in the same family for the last 40. Open 7 days a week with steak night every Friday, Saturday night. You can dine in or carry out at this eatery located in the heart of downtown Linton. Fish Monuments, located at 289 A Street, Northeast Linton. They'll meet with you to design your special cemetery monument, whether you're pre-planning or having recently experienced the death of a loved one. Contact Fish Monuments in Linton or reach out to them by phone at 930-236-3002. The Stanger home scoreboard shows 3:52 to play in this first half. 18-14 WRV. Miners have the basketball, trailing by 4. Full court press. They get the ball right over that timeline, but that was close to an over and back, but it was not.
It wasn't. You got to have. It would have been a long time ago.
Shot on the left side. Sullivan gets her third tray of the night. A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer.
Yeah, she's on fire right now.
She's keeping the Miners in the game.
Well, we said we wanted to watch Brenna Walton with three-pointers tonight, but it has been the Audrey Sullivan show. She's going to take it up off the glass and gets the two-pointer. 13 already for Audrey Sullivan. There's a steal. Miners showing some momentum. Audrey. Oh, she had possibly to Addie, but she gives it to Olivia, and Olivia cans the three-pointer, a Walton Funeral Service tray, and it's raining three-pointers. The Miners go from being down by 4 to being up by 4. Brenna Walton, right side, gives it to Avila. Shot up, no good, too hard. Tipped out of bounds, Miner basketball.
Pressure is affecting, cannot dribble through this press. You're going to have to pass it and be patient getting it up the floor.
Have our first substitution of the night. Is this right? Yeah, number 20, Libby Hostetter, checking in, and I didn't see, Ella Welsh has checked out. Big D, were you starting to say something?
I was just saying the action was getting so intense I couldn't keep up with it.
Oh, it's a great high school basketball tonight. I'm glad you're along to enjoy it on Rader Media Sports. Addie McKee, Olivia.
Audrey Sullivan has done a great job this first half of just playing and letting it come to her, but she's seeing people, she's breaking down the defense, and she's hitting those open shots.
Addie McKee, baseline, Archer, Addie McKee, Sullivan on the right side. She'll get it out on top to Archer. Back to Olivia. So far, they're not going in the middle really at all, are they?
Right there it was.
It was there momentarily. Archer. Sullivan had a chance for the tray, pulled it up. Archer's going to take it in here, going to challenge with the runner. Good! And she's knocked down, nothing called, but JC will make it count. That's her 4th of the night. And she has that talent to take it to the cup.
She's shown it all year.
All it takes is getting in that lane and making a couple of shots.
They go to Walton now up back in the corner to Hostetter. She loses the ball. It's on the floor. Scrum. It's the automatic jump ball when it hits the floor, and it should stay with WRV.
WRV being careless with their passes right now. Miners getting hands on a lot of deflections.
Well, you talked about momentum, Greg, and I think it has changed, but there is a nice inbounds there for Peyton Lefevre. First 2 in the game for her. 1:30 to play. Boy, this first half has flown by. 24-20, Miners by 4. And who'd have thunk that after the start of this ball game, that the Miners would be up at this point. Olivia McKee in the corner. Out on top to Archer. Right side, Sullivan. Waits for Franklin. No, will not go that way. Goes back out on top to Archer. I think they're running the clock down here. I'm not sure. Just being very patient with it. Olivia McKee. Oh, a pass to Bella Franklin, and she traveled. That pass was hard for her to corral. It was kind of a hook shot pass. And I don't think she was she was getting ready to cut, and the ball was thrown to where she was.
6 turnovers for the Miners, 6 for the Wolverines as well.
Graves on the fly. This is what she's done so well. Shot up by Walton, no good. Attempted tray, hits the iron. Miners get the rebound. 45 seconds to play. Plenty of time. Bella Franklin from a tray, no good. Rebound fought for. They're going to say Sullivan was over the back, and that's hard to say when you're about, 5'5"?
Yeah.
She got up her.
Aaliyah Sam checking in. Archer is going out for the final 40 seconds, making sure she doesn't pick up her third, correct?
That's good substitution there.
Getting ready to inbound the ball. Hostetter gets it into Walton. Now to Graves. She's trapped. Now Walton hits the deck, and Bella didn't even see her back there, I don't think. She had her back to her.
I mean, it's a foul, but that's one of those that you don't want to see somebody like Bella get
35
with 35 seconds left. Yeah.
I don't even think Bella knew she was back there, but Reese Graves coming up. But again, it's another example of how strong Bella Franklin can be. Graves with the ball out on top. She wants to back Bella in. Can she do it? Off the glass. Great shot. Reese Graves with 6. 24-22, 18 seconds to go. Clock running. Plenty of time to set up for one shot to go into the intermission. Sullivan will back it out.
10 seconds. They're going to. Right there it is.
Nope. It's going to be intercepted by Welsh. Poor pass. Coming the other way. Sullivan knocks it away. 1.6 remaining in this first half.
It's the little things like that.
Yes. Yep. And both teams have done them tonight.
That really wasn't a pass, more like a lob down there, wasn't it? It was knocked away.
Especially if they hit a point, hit this to go in.
They're not going to have a chance. The buzzer goes off. Great defensive play by Addie McKee. And that's going to be the end of the first half of play. The Miners with a 24-22 advantage. We'll sum everything up here at the intermission. But right now, the Miners own a 2-point advantage on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell a home, the opportunity is better than ever. Take advantage of the falling interest rates. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. The best investment opportunity will not fit into a safe deposit box, but you can live in it. Go with the tradition of trust. When you are ready to buy or sell, call me, Michelle Stanger at Stanger Homes at 812-219-2307 and start packing.
Linton Sporting Goods has an over 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. They feature Wilson, Demarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, Mizuno, and much more. Get ready for any sports season by shopping at Linton Sporting Goods on Highway 54. Where the winners shop.
My name is Addison McKee. I've been playing since I was in 3rd grade, and my favorite memory is beating North Knox in sectionals last season. Hello, my name is Olivia McKee. I've been playing since 3rd grade. My favorite basketball memory was the bus ride after sectionals.
My name is Isabella Franklin, and I've been playing since I was in 3rd grade. And my favorite memory is going on a postseason run last year.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Welcome back at intermission. The band is fired up here tonight. It's 24-22 at the intermission. Miners by only 2. And Greg, before I look at the scoring here, it's a little bit of a surprise the way the Miners battled back, because this seemed like it was going to be WRV's game.
Well, we missed a lot of shots early. Got some second chance opportunities, but we missed a lot of shots early. They started to get into the paint a little bit. Audrey Sullivan did a really good job of penetrating and dishing, and we started to see some shots go down. So that's a big part of it. And then the other thing is the pressure there for about 2 minutes. Really, for whatever reason, WRV handled it really well early, and then they have this little 2-minute stretch where this got kind of turned. We tried to dribble through the press there and doing those things, and Lady Miners did a great job of getting hands on balls, tipping those off, and just
it was kind of the
turnovers.
Kind of the opposite. What we normally have seen, it was a burst by the Lady Miners. In fact, had you looked down like I did to pick up a piece of paper, and all you heard yelling, all of a sudden Miners had a 5-point run.
Well, and the Miners start hitting those shots. Let's look at scoring for Linton-Stockton. 10 in the first quarter, 24 at the intermission, so a 14-second second quarter. The WRV, 15 in the first quarter, 22. They only had 7 points in the second quarter, and it's a bit what Greg was talking about. You break it down by individuals. We have Audrey Sullivan leading the way in scoring for both teams right now with 13. That includes 3 trays from the field. J.C. Archer with 2 buckets with 4. Addie McKee failed to score. Wow. Bella Franklin with 2, Olivia McKee with 5. That includes 1 tray. And believe it or not, they have not been to the free throw line in the entire first half. White River Valley with 22 points at the break. Reese Graves with 6. Brenna Walton with only 1 tray, but so far with 5 points, 2 for 2 in the free throw line. Peyton Lefevre with 3 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line and a basket from the field. Ella Walsh with 2, and Izzy Avila, she was a real threat at the beginning, but then they went away from her in the second quarter with 6 points. They're 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Big D, though, has a lot more stats to go over, and we'll go over those when we come back. This is Raider Media Sports.
We use our sportsmen for everything around our property, like plowing snow all winter. We can't wait to put it to work.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales.
Welcome back at halftime. Let's turn it over to Big D for a different perspective with the stats.
Well, look at the overall shooting. The Miners, 10 of 25 overall from the field, 40%. They are 6 of 9 from inside the three-point range. That part's pretty good. That's 67%. But they are 4 of 16. It's just 25%. They got hot there a little bit, hit a couple of them. If they could just get some of them to go and get in that basket in the paint. On the opposite side, 53% shooting from the Wolverines, 9 of 17 overall, 8 of 14 inside the three-point range. That's 57%. Only tried 3 three-pointers. They're 1 of 3 there. Free throw line, as Kevin said, no attempts by the Miners, 3 of 4 for the Wolverines at 75%. Turnover 7 for the Miners, 6 for White River Valley. And rebound-wise, the Miners were pretty dominant there with 11 boards, 7 of those on the offensive side. just 5 rebounds for White River Valley, and 2 of those are going to be in the offensive side. Rebounds 4 for Addison McKee, kind of leading the way. 3 for J.C. Archer as well. And for the defensive side, 2 each. Looks like it's going to be Avila and Peyton Lefevre. And a couple of things just to spotlight. Audrey Sullivan is 5 of 7 shooting tonight. Very key. 3 of 4 from three-point range. Izzy Avila, 3 of 4. All of those points coming from the paint inside. You said they kind of went away from her. I think Graves, number 5, then was penetrating and realizing that they were dropping down to double team Avila, and that opened her up. She was 3 of, she wasn't 3 of, she was 3 of 6 from the inside, but she drew some fouls in there as well.
Now, if you're the Lady Wolverines, Greg, I think you want to get more shots for Brenna Walton for starters and go back to Avila.
Well, yeah, getting shots for Brenna is a little harder task than what it would sound like with Audrey Sullivan doing a great job on her in the first half. I think if I'm looking at it from WRV standpoint, I'm like, we got to figure out how to block out of that zone. We shouldn't be giving up this many offensive rebounds while we're in a zone, and then figure out a way to make it a little harder for Audrey Sullivan out there. You're going to have to take her. She's the one that's making it go right now for the Miners, so you've got to figure out how to slow that down a little bit.
Would you ever think the Miners would have a lead when Addie McKee and Bella Franklin have a combined 2 points?
No, but it goes back to what we've said all late. We've got 4 or 5 girls on our team that can score in double figures at any time. We've had some big games out of all of them, and that's what we saw there with Audrey Sullivan in the first half. If you're the Miners, you've got to attack this zone, and quit settling for those outside jumpers right now. Get in the paint, get some fouls, get to the foul line, and start opening that zone up.
We said, though, we were really looking for White River Valley to see how they were going to do from three-point land, and the Miners were doing a bad job at that. But at the end, they got 4 trays in the first half. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then, it's
3 of those are Audrey.
Yeah, and again, she did a good job of taking those out top there, hit the one down here in the corner as well, but those are within, she wasn't forcing those. Those came out of, moving the ball and kicking it around.
They kind of flowed. I mean,
yes.
Honestly, we were 2 of 11 in the first quarter, shooting threes, and 2 of 5 there late. They were key ones. They really kind of helped push the Miners back up front. But I agree with Greg. There have been a couple times the ball has gone inside the paint, and it looks like they're not looking for the shot. They're looking to dish it back out. We got to hit a couple of those or draw some fouls. They only have so many players, so that would help us a great deal.
Let's get one more break in before the start of the second half. This is Rader Media Sports.
Is your family protected? Contact me, Alicia Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, to discuss your home, auto, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana, call to speak with me, Alicia Cornelius, one agent for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, and we're getting ready to start the third quarter that is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton. Your key to the very best. Call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton today.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be 2 teams who can force their will here in the second half.
The momentum started to switch when Audrey Sullivan split the 2 guards at the top of that zone and went in there and made that little runner. And then we got a quick turnaround basket. Those type of little plays like that in a game sometimes can flip that momentum around. And it'll be this first 3 or 4 minutes for both teams is going to be really, really important here in the second half.
Big D?
Yeah, I mean, I could just listen to what Greg says all night. It's just like in football, that first drive of the second half is always how you come out might dictate the rest of the ball game.
We're back to the starters for both teams. So it's Graves, Walton, Lefevre, Welsh, and Avila. And for the Miners, Sullivan, Archer, McKee, Franklin, and McKee. We're back to the 2-3 zone for WRV. Out on top, left side of the wing, Archer, Sullivan. Back out on top, McKee. to McKee, the twins. They get it in there. Addie can't get the ball up. She runs it through, kicks it back out to Sullivan, now to Archer. Archer spins on Walton. So a runner, or a little shot off the glass was way too hard. Great move. She just couldn't finish.
She makes it. Her spin move is really good. I think she wasn't expecting.
Just looking for the foul, and it doesn't come.
She was wide open when she came out of that spin.
And I've seen Franklin's
Archer
on the inside, so as soon as I say it, she goes outside.
She's just running that baseline, trying to find a hole there behind those
so she's in there.
Defenders. And
Sullivan. Olivia McKee, Addie McKee. Archer looks for the cutter. No. Out on top, Olivia. Sullivan. Sullivan gets trapped over there. She's in trouble. Now loops a pass out there to McKee, and she's in trouble and throws it away. We're going the other way. Lefevre, coast to coast, off the glass. It's going to count.
Great defense.
5 for Peyton Lefevre.
Remember that play right there.
Yeah. They will trap that in those corners and on that baseline like that, and not a whole lot Miners could do. Call timeout or throw it off her leg.
Archer,
that's
off the back iron, no good. Ball tipped up by Addie McKee, and Bella Franklin runs it down. Miners will get another shot. Bella can't do anything with it. Kicks it out to Sullivan. Archer at top of the key.
Olivia was flashing that high elbow there and was wide open.
There they get it in, and Addie McKee is fouled by Peyton Lefevre. That's the first foul here in the second half.
First of all, I want to give some kudos. Number one, the pep block for Linton sounds amazing tonight.
They are on it, aren't they?
The band is getting rave reviews on all types of social media.
There you go.
Nice feed inside. Addie can't do anything with it. Kicks it back out. Olivia. Archer. Left side, Bella. Cross court. Addie back to Archer. Archer, a runner in the lane. No good. Avila with a rebound.
We should also mention that we have lots of people that have commented that they're watching from home. They'd much rather be in person, but they're stuck at home with the flu or the sinus. So,
a great shot in and out by Welsh. Sorry, Heather.
We want to wish everyone well and stay healthy.
Avila with that follow. That's her 8th point of the night. Sullivan across the timeline. It's 26-24. White River Valley has come out with the first 4 points of the second half.
The defense has been great.
Audrey Sullivan, that last trip, kind of got lost down in the corner, and we didn't see her, but she was wide open down there in the corner. We'll kind of have to see if she gets lost down there again.
Sullivan.
They got to feed Franklin inside and make something happen. I know you can't force it, but she's there. Oh, my goodness.
Try to kick it out. They do. Bella Franklin will take the tray and can it.
That's a big three there.
Walton Funeral Service, first points of the second half for the Miners, 5 for Bella. And that is going to bring us to a timeout with 4:50 to play here in the third quarter. 27-26. Miners back up by 1 point. At Indiana Farm Bureau, we're not just good at your insurance. We're not just good at insurance. We're good at your insurance. Talk to your local agent, Jathan Wright. He's here for you. Whether you want to talk in person, get started online, or call him at 812-798-2615 with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. And stop knocking on wood. The snow and cold are plentiful this year. Watch out for the ice. Make sure your vehicle's protected now. Call Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Insurance to melt your worries away. And Team Ortho is Greene County's only orthopedic clinic. Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Hammerstein. Team Ortho has a lead athletic trainer, Jed Arsenault, who works with Linton-Stockton student athletes to minimize their risk of injury. Call Team Ortho today, 847-3381. Call Greene County General Hospital, our family. Caring for yours.
Well, that was a big bailout getting that three-pointer.
Yeah,
Bella was getting frustrated, I think.
Well, that may help her inside as well. It might open up her game. Graves with a drive and a great block by Archer. It'll be out of bounds and belong to the Wolverines.
We'll see. They did fine there. We'll see if WRV settles in and doesn't have a.
And Archer has 2 fouls,
issue.
correct?
Yeah, she does.
She did not back down there.
Her and Bella both.
Nice.
There's a nice bunny off the glass for Peyton Lefevre. Great feed. And that is now 7 points for the sophomore.
Graves, that's 5 assists, and she's done a couple of those out of bounds like that perfectly.
Yeah. Out on top. Now the right side, Sullivan directing traffic. Wants to go into Bella, can't. Gets it out on top to Olivia McKee. Addie McKee still quiet, has not scored in this ball game. Hard to believe. Archer. Gets it to Bella. Sullivan is left alone. Kicks it out. Addie tries to dribble through the zone and loses it. We're coming the other way. Lefevre is in trouble. Gets bumped from behind by Olivia McKee. And so be a foul on Olivia, but is that her first?
Yeah, I think she's stayed out of foul trouble.
Graves to inbound, and this is like Big D said. This is where she has really excelled.
She has. Perfect.
Inbounding the ball here. She's going to go into Avila. Back to Graves. Baseline jumper. No good. Ball tipped out of bounds. Minor ball. 28-27. The Lady Wolverines on top by 1 over Linton. In this third quarter with 3:52 to play in the quarter on the Stanger home scoreboard. Big D, sorry.
Very frustrated the offense is, it looks to me. That's what they need to do, but good defense.
Bella kicks it out. Sullivan, little runner in the lane, shot up, no good, knocked out of bounds. Oh, I thought it looked like it went off WRV, but no, they called it Wolverine ball.
Right idea, just got to finish that.
Yeah, they're just looking for the foul, and defense does a nice job. Villa did a nice job, just stood straight.
Walton with the ball, wants to come up across the timeline. She does, runs into Bella. Goes on the right side to Lefevre. Addie McKee picks her up. Tries to go around an Avila screen. Wants to take it to the cup. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Bella Franklin. Court length pass might be too far. Nope. Oh yeah, it was. Addie tried to bring it in and could not. She was running out of court. You could see her look at the ball and look at the court.
Boy, that's 10 turnovers now, and then some of them have just been self-imposed.
Lefevre to Walton. Oh, I thought she was going to pull the tray there. Bella put a stop to it. Dribbling on the left side, puts up a runner wanted to get it off the glass. Thought it might have been partially blocked, but they're going to say it's WRV ball.
Pretty good defense there.
Yeah, Archer went straight up. There it is.
They inbound the ball. Avila back to Graves. Takes it up. Ooh, I thought it might have been a travel. Back to Avila. Shot up, no good. Rebound Avila, and she makes it count. Izzy Avila gets her 10th point of the night. 2:40 to play third quarter, 30-27. WRV on top by 3 on the Stanger home scoreboard. Miners with the ball on the right side. Addie McKee out on top. Baseline. Olivia McKee to her sister Addie. 2 seniors playing their last home game here tonight. Archer. Franklin.
Just
Archer.
Not enough. Right there it is.
Addie McKee. Too hard. Ball tipped out of bounds. They'll say it's off J.C. Archer. WRV basketball, and they have a 3-point advantage. Boy, this could be a big possession
That
here.
was a good kick out, good shot there. We worked it out, into the middle of the zone and kicked out, just didn't go down.
That's the story of the second half of this season with the Lady Miners. 26% from the three-point line.
Actually, usually it's the first half where they have problems, and then the second half they come on strong. We haven't seen it yet. Archer trying to go coast to coast. Nice feed. Addie can't do anything with it. Kicks it out to Sullivan.
If you're WRV, that's
Back
not the
to
pass
Archer.
you want into the zone.
Tries to get the ball up. She does. I think she got caught a little bit in traffic there. Reese Graves with the basketball. Dribbling with the left hand. Gets the ball up. It's tipped away, though, by Sullivan to Graves to McKee. Addie gets her first 2 points of the night. 2 points for Addie McKee. See if that gets her going. Graves coming to court. Length of the court. Sullivan is right with her, and WRV wants a timeout. 1:20 to play here in the third quarter of play on the Stanger home scoreboard, and it's WRV 30, and the Linton Miners 29. Looking to sell your home? Century 21 Sheets agent Corey Motter specializes in getting top dollar for his clients. With a proven track record and personalized marketing strategies, Corey strives to make selling easy and stress-free. Get the results you deserve and close it with Corey. Marsh Madness Sandhill Crane Festival, brought to you by the Friends of Goose Pond in partnership with Goose Pond Fish and Wildlife Area. Kickoff is Friday, February 14th, and all day Saturday, February 15th at Humphreys Park and Goose Pond Visitors Center. Visit www.friendsofgoosepond.org for more information. And call Brock Anderson Construction for your home repair and building needs. With over 25 years experience in the construction field, he'll strive to have you come home to quality. Call Brock at 812-798-5583, and he says, go Miners. Proud to be your hometown grocer, Save A Lot encourages you to switch to their brands and save. This week includes 10 for $10 Chef Boyardee canned favorites and many other 10 for $10 specials as well. Remember to shop the dot to save a lot. I love that phrase. It's catchy. WRV to inbound the basketball. Walton with it out on top. Bella Franklin will meet her there. Brenna working with the left hand. Passes it in the corner to Welsh. Back to Brenna. Walton dribbling with the right hand. Now she gets it to Lefevre. Great move on McKee, but we're able to shut it down. Walton coming the other way with a runner in the lane. Shot good. Great shot by Brenna Walton. She has 7. And it gives them a 32-29 lead with about 37 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Right side, Sullivan. Out on top, Archer. Bella wide open. Addie McKee.
Right there.
Inside to Olivia. No pressure there. Sullivan right side tray. No good. Rebound. Out of there with it and running is Reese Graves. Addie McKee cuts her off. Sullivan tries to pick her up, but then she goes back. Little stutter step and a great block by Archer, and the Miners are coming the other way. Sullivan trapped on the inside, kicks it out to Bella. Left side, Archer, shot up, no good. Time ran out on him there, but it's 32-29 WRV with just 1/4 of 8-minute action remaining on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports. It is that time of year again. It's time for the second season in high school basketball in Indiana. For the 2A section of 47, that means here in North Knox. 6 teams vying for the right to play for a state title. And you can see it all on Rader Media Sports.
Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back for the fourth and final quarter, brought to you by Key Associates of Linton. You guys, you look at the scoring for that quarter, and it's pretty obvious. The Linton Miners outscored by White River Valley 10-5 in the third quarter.
So far, game's about what we expected it was going to be. I think right here it's going to come down to last 8 minutes of who can eliminate their mistakes and make some shots. WRV's got into some trouble trying to dribble through some tight spots, and Linton is just not making some of those shots that they've got to get. So
Sullivan on Graves gets picked off by a screen by Avila. Thought it would be a pick and roll, but Graves instead puts it up. Shot no good. Rebound, Addie McKee. Bella Franklin across the timeline. Back to Addie.
There you go.
Oh, she misses it, and it goes out of bounds. What a break for the Miners. Addie McKee had it, couldn't make it count.
I will say this about J.C. Archer. I don't know. She's got a couple blocks that I know of, but she's influenced several shots inside the paint.
Oh, Lord. Finally gets one that goes in, and it's going to be a travel call. I didn't know if they'd give her the Euro step or not.
That was a little bit of a Euro plus one right there.
Archer with a steal. Sullivan didn't see on the left side. Addie McKee was wide open, and it's picked off or coming the other way. Coast to coast, shot no good by Lefevre. They're going to call a foul on Archer, and that, I believe, will be her third.
Man, I tell you, a game of what ifs.
Peyton Lefevre will go to the line. She already has 3, 5, 7 points in the ball game. Make it 8. She is 2 for 3 from the free throw line. I'll tell you, Greg, you hit the nail on the head in pregame when you said that this WRV team would get both the free throws is more than Brenna Walton, and they're proving that tonight.
Yeah, well, Peyton Lefevre, I think you're going to hear a lot out of her the next couple of years. She's just that kind of player. Again, in the right spots, has her outside shot has come along this year from what I saw last year. And
Olivia McKee shot no good. Rebound is pulled out of there by Wells. She's trapped down low. They get it out to Lefevre. And Peyton will bring it up. Working on the left against Addie McKee. Gets around her. The ball deflected. Walton picks it up. Goes with the left hand. No good. Olivia McKee comes up with the errant shot. Going on the right side. Addie McKee again led just not enough room to pull those passes in.
That's one of those where you want to make that pass a little sooner or don't make it at all, because it's hard to catch that ball and gather yourself in time to get it up off the glass.
Every possession's a big one, but it's a 34-29 game. WRV Miners need some defense here. Walton's open on the three, and there it is.
That's a big shot
right
there.
The dagger.
Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
2 trays for Brenna.
That maybe
gives her 10 points. Drive. Archer, no good off the glass. Graves coming the other way, and it's now an 8-point. They can be a double-figure lead here if WRV. They could really take control of this game here. Reese Graves with the ball.
Yeah.
And they called a foul there.
Those are one of those that you hate to see. You've not called that all game, and now you're going to start calling those type of fouls here late.
They get it to Graves. Out on top, Walton goes inside Avila. Nice. Ball movement to Wells. Shot up, no good. Sullivan with a rebound. Miners have got to find some offense somewhere.
They got to stop making bad passes.
McKee back to Archer. Drives, kicks it out. Shot up, no good. The tray, no good by Bella. Ball goes out of bounds. WRV ball. 5:26 remaining on the Stanger home scoreboard. 37-29, WRV by 8.
Gosh, I hate to beat a dead horse, but 5 of 23 from three-point range, just 22%.
There they get it to Graves.
Dangerous pass there.
Gets it into Avila, tries to. Ball picked off by Bella Franklin, and they're going to call. Is that a foul?
Yeah, they got a foul there.
See, now right there, Avila wanted to make sure Bella was okay. There has been good sportsmanship out here tonight.
Both teams played hard. They're, again, when you play hard like these two teams do, you're going to bump and bang and knock people down every once in a while. It's part of it.
But everybody checks on everybody, which is nice.
And nothing dirty or intentional that way.
Addie McKee wide open, the tray, no good. Walton coming the other way. Gets it over on the left side. Graves. Shot up, no good by Lefevre. Ball tipped out of bounds. Belongs to the Miners. WRV.
Yeah. Sullivan just tried to get it away from Avila and knocked it out of bounds. Boy, that would have been a big shot there. Lefevre wide open underneath.
Get it to shot up and good by Brenna Walton. A little runner on the baseline. And WRV taking control of this one. 12 points now for Brenna. 4:43 remaining in the game. A 10-point WRV advantage. 39-29. This is Rader Media Sports.
Autumn Trace of Greene County is a perfect setting for seniors to call home. Seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying as much supportive care as they may request in their daily lives from their 24-hour care staff. Call Jessica and her friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many of your friends and neighbors have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place. And are you looking for TV or high-speed internet? Give Mike Morin a call at Midwest Satellite. He offers Dish TV plans starting at $91.99 a month and T-Mobile high-speed internet for $60 a month. Call Midwest Satellite at 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He'll treat you right. Kevin.
4:43 remaining in the ball game. 39-29. WRV in charge and looking like they're going to be tough to beat here tonight on the road at Linton-Stockton.
A lot of ball left to play, and I would anticipate Linton putting that press back on here if they can get a bucket here. But, again, Miners only scored 5 points this entire second half to this point, and missing a lot of these shots. They've got to start pounding it inside and driving and going.
Olivia McKee.
Yep. That'll work, too.
Yeah.
Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
For Olivia, her second of the night. She has a total of 8 points. There's a steal, but Archer knocks the ball out of bounds.
JC Archer has played like a center fielder.
Yeah.
I mean, she is everywhere tonight, and if they make those type of passes, there's going to be a lot of problems.
Try to go into Avila. There's
There
Archer
she is again.
Coming the other way. Will she go coast to coast? Yes. Shot up, no good. Foul called on WRV. That's the thing about Archer. She will go right in there and charge to the hoop.
So, timeout in the matter of, 30 seconds on the game clock here. They got a chance to
get it to 5.
And Archer has been instrumental in much of that, even though she missed that free throw. She still only has 4 points in the game.
Yeah.
Has yet to score in the second half. Timeout, Miners.
She's got a tremendous amount of, deflections. If you were keeping those tonight, she would have a ton of them.
Yeah.
39-32 at this break. 4:12 to go on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
Century, you have seen a lamp as our logo. This is the lamp of hope. It is a symbol that though we will go through darkness at the time of loss, there is a light that leads us to a greater eternity. It also reflects that we will be a light to help you through this difficult time. We're here when you need us most.
Big D, help me. I can't think of the name of this.
Well, this would be Wipeout.
Wipeout, that's right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Miners have been outscored 17-8 here in the second half.
Yeah, they have. Again, 30 seconds ago it was 5, and we have the big 3 out of the timeout. JC Archer gets a steal and a foul here. Yeah. Hopefully she'll make this next one here.
Yeah, it's not out of reach.
It's not a close. There's a lot of basketball left to play here, and for WRV, you're getting careless again with passes, which the Miners are going to eat that up.
Big D, is this our first free throws of the night?
It is indeed.
Unbelievable. Archer gets her second free throw. The first free throw is coming at 4:12 to go in the fourth quarter. 5 points for JC. Walton to inbound the ball. Looking for somewhere to go. She can't find it.
Man.
Now gets it finally in to Lefevre. Back to Walton. They double team her. Gets it to Graves. Pass to Lefevre. Back out on top. Walton. Brenna dribbling with the left hand. Gets double teamed again. Loses the ball. It's on the floor. Walton gets it out of there, but Archer is there to pick it up. Gets it to Sullivan off the glass. No good. She falls down, tumbles, but I believe, is that Addie McKee there to get it?
Yeah, Addie got it.
4 points for Addie. 35-39. WRV still on top by 4. Lefevre out on top, Walton. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Lefevre jumper, a three-pointer.
It's a big shot as she's getting ready to shoot it. I'm thinking that's not probably what the shot you're wanting. No, yes.
Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, good. Gives it a 42-39 edge for WRV.
42-35.
I'm sorry, is that not what I said?
I must have tripped up. Going on the left side, Addie McKee underneath, Bella Franklin. Back. Little jumper in the lane, good by Addie McKee, who all of a sudden has 6.
Little inside out there. And Miners are picking up full court man. They're not in that 1-2-2 that they're running.
Get it to Graves and a foul called. Interesting to see who this will be on.
That was number 1.
I think I got Sullivan there.
She just poked at it and almost.
You know
got
what,
it
though?
out.
That was from behind. You couldn't even really see where that poke. She could have poked and got nothing, and he wouldn't have seen that. They get it into Walton. Left side, Graves. Rainbow pass to Lefevre. Back to Walton. There the ball out of bounds. Miners defense trying to get him back in the ball game with 2:41 to play, and that's why they want to discuss it. 42-37, WRV leading this one by 5. It's anybody's ball game at this point, guys, on the Rader, on the Stanger home scoreboard. What are you thinking?
Pressures. The Miners have sped the game up, and that's causing, WRV, it looks like they're playing hot potato with the ball out there. They're trying to get rid of it as quick as they can get rid of it, and the Miners are coming. This momentum switching right here, and like I said, there's a lot of game left to play. It'll be interesting how this shakes out. Somebody's going to have to hit free throws at the end of this.
Yeah, the Miners, boy, if they could just get a couple of those threes to fall in there, but they've attacked a little bit the last couple of times in the middle. And like I said, the free throws are going to be key. They were the key in the win against Sullivan. We'll see how White River Valley handles this pressure. Is that the baseball coach right down there in the middle of the?
It is.
Yeah.
He's been leading the cheers. I like it.
Coach Flater's down there as well next to him, and I'm not sure who the other adult is, but
Heather Harris.
There you go. So we got 3 Linton teachers there. That's a big.
Audrey Sullivan, the tray.
Oh, goodness.
She gets her 3rd. Walton Funeral, scratch that, her 4th. Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer. Walton with the ball coming the other way. Gets triple team, gets it out. Graves with the ball, right-hand side to Lefevre. 2:15 to play, 42-40 WRV, and they have the basketball. On the right-hand side, Lefevre loses it temporarily, spins out away from Sullivan, gets picked up by Archer.
There it is.
There's a pass pickoff. Archer coming the other way, bounce pass to Sullivan off the glass, no good.
Oh, my gosh.
Rebound on the floor, it's going to stay with the Miners.
My.
Jump ball stays with the Linton Miners with 1:56 to play. My, oh my. This is going to come down to seconds here.
Had that one perfect. Now we're hoping this is okay.
Okay, let's go
Brenna
to
Walton.
timeout. Let's go to timeout.
1:56 to play, 42-40 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Miners inbound. Sullivan working on the left side. Gets it out on top, Archer. Addie McKee. Sullivan looking for Bella inside. Gets it to her. She gets trapped. Gets it to Addie. Kick it around. Olivia McKee loses it out of bounds.
No way.
They call it.
Way.
WRV ball. Wow.
No way.
It went off the back leg of WRV, but
oh my goodness.
What a turnover there. But the Miners move the ball around, but lose it in a tough call. We're coming to come the other way. Lefevre.
Well, that's a huge ball.
Wants to take it to the cup. Loses the ball. Now it's on the floor. Another jump ball. This one will stay with WRV. There was indecision there. You could see the 2 referees look at one another, and one of them had to make a decision, and that was the call.
Clearly he didn't see the play.
Graves to inbound. She's done a tremendous job of that, and no, it won't fall this time. Miners with 1:26 to play. Ball tipped out of bounds. This one will stay with the Miners. 42-40 WRV.
And that one looked like Olivia hit it on the way out.
That might have been a makeup.
Yeah.
The Stanger home scoreboard, it's WRV 42, Miners 40. This could come down to the last shot. 1:22 to play, Miners to inbound. Sullivan inbounds to Archer. She's left alone, gets it into Bella. Bella hands it off to McKee. Shot up, no good. WRV with the ball and a 2-point lead, and you know they're just going to try to ice it here while holding on to the ball.
2 bunnies on the inside. Are not real bunnies, but both of them should have been hit.
Jump ball. That one should belong to the Miners. Great tenacious defense by Linton-Stockton right in front of the WRV bench. It's still 42-40. 1:03 to play. Do the Miners play for one? What do you do here?
Pressure them. I think you're running your offense. You're looking to score.
Yeah, they've had the shots.
Yeah.
Sullivan. Oh, that Bella was open there temporarily, and then loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover on the Miners.
WRV has, the pressure the Miners are putting on is speeding the game up so much. They're not even looking to they're just panic throwing down here, and the Miners are double teaming. There's a good chance they'll get the ball back again.
Well,
they're out of bounds. Should be Miner basketball there. Yes. It's off Graves. Oh, my gosh. 45 seconds remaining. 42-40.
How many chances are the Miners going to get to tie or able to take the lead?
Yep. Gotta finish here.
Opportunities.
Sullivan with the ball, and the Miners want to talk about it after a timeout. 44 seconds remaining in the ball game. On the Stanger home scoreboard, WRV 42, the Linton-Stockton Miners 40.
This is Rader Media Sports.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
What are we looking at? 44 seconds remaining in the ball game.
I think Miners need to be patient here. They've got plenty of time. We're not trying to run the clock out, but we've got to be looking for a good basket, get to the line.
Do you play for overtime or do you play for the three, for the win?
You play for a basket. So if you get a wide open three out of your offense, yeah, I think you take it. But I think the way they've put the last 4.5 minutes, they've really attacked the paint with the little short passes and cutters once it goes back into the paint. That's been effective, so we'll see how it goes. For WRV, you've got to block out here.
Addie McKee with the ball out on top. Art Sullivan. Franklin on the right-hand side. Back to Sullivan.
Everybody.
30 seconds remaining. Archer drives, shot up, no good. They're going to say she wanted a foul. There was no call. They're going to say WRV tipped the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Linton. That's another break. I thought that call could have gone either way.
Yeah, that there could have been a foul there. It could have been called travel as well. So
Sullivan.
Probably a good no call at this point.
Franklin. Archer.
That's not work.
Olivia McKee, the tray! Oh! Olivia hits the tray, her third of the night. Her Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. 12 seconds to go. WRV inbounds the ball. Walton is cut off. What's the call here?
Got a foul there.
They got fouls to give.
So they're good that way.
9 seconds remaining. Linton leads by 1. 43-42 on a three-pointer by Olivia McKee.
Huge shot.
Oh, man, your money on your singer, but 9 seconds, Greg. That's a long time.
It is.
When you got Walton who can shoot it, Lefevre who can shoot it.
Yeah. Your point of it could be any Linton Minor of the 5 was just proven by Olivia McKee.
Yeah, and again, listen, they can make those shots. We know they can make those shots. They've been doing it, all their career, but they just had a rough spot. They've not shot it well tonight, but all it takes is one to go in.
You got any fingernails left, you ain't watching. 9 seconds remaining in this ball game. 43-42. Miners by 1. But we all know with players like Reese Graves, Brenna Walton, and Peyton Lefevre, this game isn't over.
Now I think coming out on the side, it's going to be how they handle this inbounds pass.
They may go into Avila.
If they get trapped early, it's going to be a problem.
They got a foul to give. Remember?
Yep.
Remember that one. They may fire it down to Avila underneath. She's had a good shooting night down there, 5 of 8.
There they try to get it in, and they mishandle it. The ball is being tied up. It's a jump ball. It'll stay with WRV.
Wow,
now there's only 5 seconds remaining in the game. Oh my! I thought the Miners might come away with that ball.
Yeah, or Franklin was going to get a foul there. They're just going to lob it inside.
Graves to inbound.
Looking to block.
Trying to get it into Avila. They will not. They get it into Lefevre.
There
4-3. Graves jumper. No good. And that's it. The Miners win 43-42. They defend their home floor. Oh my! The WRV had three opportunities there?
That ball there, Reese Graves was down and in and out. Again, that was a big shot there. She had a wide open look. Good shot. It just didn't go down.
Let's talk about it on the post-game show. The E2 Custom Creations post-game show to come. The final on the Stanger Home scoreboard. Linton Miners 43, WRV 42. This is Rader Media Sports.
E2 Custom Creations, we know that every memory has a story. Every time we sit around with family and friends, we share those memories. When we pull the boxes of old pictures out of the closet, we revisit those memories of our past. Whether it's a photo or a special moment with family, a picture of a loved one who has passed. When you think about that moment, there's a memory that goes with it. At E2 Custom Creations, we offer custom laser engraving for keepsakes, personalized gifts, home decor, signage, awards, and many other custom made-to-order products. Let us help you personalize a unique gift for a loved one, customize an item, or create promotional materials and awards for your business or athletic team. Our services include engraving and cutting on a variety of materials, including wood, acrylic, leather, granite, marble, glass, and coated metals, just to name a few. If you have an idea, reach out and let's talk about how we can bring your idea to life.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Welcome back to the E2 Custom Creations post-game show where the Linton Miners win it 43-42. An impressive win tonight. White River Valley drops to 16-5. Miners up their record to 9-12.
We want to say congratulations to the White River Valley seniors as well as the Linton-Stockton seniors for a fantastic season, and we're going to hear from
Big D. We need everybody's headset here for a minute. And you know what? Let's see. Let's give everybody a headset. Try. Somebody's going to have to get a stick mic.
Annie's got it.
We should still be able to hear you. So
okay. I can hear.
Speak to me just a little bit.
Hello.
Perfect. You're there.
Okay.
Coach, I want to start with you because your three seniors delivered tonight. And the whole team did.
Yeah,
but
in every aspect, though, we're going to go back and watch film. I'm going to watch this about 6 times tonight, especially Liv's final shot there. I mean, I'm telling you, you knew it was good before it left her hand. I mean, that's what she does. She makes big shots. So,
let me talk to you girls about this because you had your backs to the wall tonight. And it was more than just Olivia. I mean, that shot was wonderful, but the pressure tonight, you guys kept defensive pressure on them, didn't you? I'll start with you.
Yes. We went down we were down 10, and then we came back because we knew we had it. And then we got maybe a second. What was it? I don't remember. At the corner, and then when we passed it around, I was like, I knew I made that. I was just so happy at the moment, and then we got the win.
Addie, you're clutching that keg. You're kind of liking that.
Yeah, I like it. We deserve this.
Tell me about your game tonight. Tell me about this game.
I didn't have the best shooting game, but my team, I knew they were going to pull through. When Liv hit that shot, I knew it was going in before it left her hand. It was just awesome. I loved the keg. I'm glad we kept it. It's just awesome.
You guys, your last game, you twins, I just love you to death. Fantastic. Way to come pull this out.
Thank you.
Bella, You always deliver defensively and offensively. You have the toughest assignments, it seems like, defensively.
Yeah.
How did it feel like tonight? Because just things weren't going your way. No, I don't mean just your way. I mean the team's way.
Yeah.
It seems like every time you guys would get something going, then you'd lose momentum a little bit.
Yeah, we would get going for a little bit, and I think the pressure kind of caught up to us at times. But, I mean, we snapped out of it and finished the game. So, yeah, we're playing for a lot tonight.
You were. Now tell me what it was like to win your last game here in Linton.
It felt good.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. I felt incredible. Sorry.
So now let me, and I'll just let you. Last question for you guys, and I'll let you go celebrate. Tell me about what's coming up, because you got some big games coming up.
We got the sectional. We got Sullivan first game on Tuesday, and if we win that, then we got South Knox.
One at a time. We don't do anything else.
Yeah, one game.
Oh, my bad. Sullivan
one
first.
game at a time. That's gonna be hard. Sullivan's hard too.
Yeah, it'll be a good game.
Yep. Are you ready? Sectionals?
I'm just ready to play, honestly. I'm ready to get the win one by one.
Olivia McKee, Addie McKee, Bella Franklin, you guys have been a joy, literally, to watch.
Thank you.
And I want you to know that. It's been just fun, and what a way to go out at home. One to remember. Congratulations. Take the keg and go run around.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, girls, very much. Coach, I'll let you talk now. You were kind enough to let us talk to the girls tonight. What a win. Tell me about it. You heard it. Off and on, your team kept fighting back, Coach, because they could have folded, and they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say it was a game of runs, but there wasn't many. It didn't seem like many points were scored.
You're right.
I mean, it was still in the 40s, I guess, but, man, it just seemed like there was a lot of missed shots out there. And, we had layups. I think we were, 2 for 16 from three-point land first half.
Only one of two from the
first half.
First half.
One of two from the free throw line, Coach. You only got 2 opportunities.
Well, we talked about it a couple of games ago. When you're not aggressive enough against a zone, you get stagnant. We had 5 girls on the outside. I felt like we needed to cut in. Finally, Annie there, Addison McKee there, finally started cutting in and getting whatever she wanted. Once that happened, it really just opened everything up for us.
Greg said in our pregame show, and I want to give him the kudos on this, he said any of these 5 players for Linton-Stockton can step up. Mm-hmm. Tonight, your team proved it. Yeah. Olivia McKee came out and played maybe the game of her career here.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know she can do it all the time. I mean, we talked about it before the Sullivan game on Tuesday that you're going to have shots. I mean, you're going to have shots. You got to take it when you're open. And, I have more confidence in her shooting the ball than myself. So, I mean, when it leaves her hand, we've seen it for, 3 years now, her playing varsity ball. I mean, you go back to the Paoli game in sectionals last year, you're kind of, don't shoot. Okay, well, it's live. It's live. It's good.
Greg, I'll let you ask a question.
Just, 4:46, you take the timeout, you guys are down 10. What are you telling your team there at that point? I know there's a lot of ball left, but you're down 10 and you've not shot it well.
Well, a lot of ball left, and it wasn't a good conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we were getting a little lackadaisical on everything and letting them do whatever they wanted. And, I asked the girls what they wanted to do, and I said, we're going to put a little something else on it. And we went a little matchup back to a 12 and kind of mixed a lot of things. We haven't done that the whole year, and to just do it on the spot, I mean, we don't even practice that stuff. So it's kind of hard to practice that. So they did it, and they wanted to win the game, and that's what happens.
Big D?
Yeah, I would point out you got to bring up Audrey Sullivan, the freshman.
Yeah.
She kept you in that ball game early on, finishes with 16 points, 4 or 6 from three-point lane. I know Archer just ends up with 5 points, but her driving the lane, even though it was frustrating, I know she just threw the ball up there, but it made them have to watch for that.
Yeah, it makes them slide a little bit. And, I mean, they were worried about her. I mean, if you go back, I'm going to go back and watch film a little bit. They're kind of leaning their zone toward Jay a little bit. But, yeah, you said Audrey was huge. I mean, on both ends of the floor. She's been like that the whole year. But, I mean, we talk about Bella on defense. I think Audrey's right there. I mean, it's not too far away. Some games she's the one that's guarding the toughest player. And she went back and forth today just to kind of mix it up a little bit on them. And, second half we put Audrey on Reese and kind of slowed her down a little bit, it seemed like. And when you slow down the point guards, anything can kind of happen.
Last thing I would say for me is offensive rebounds. I had you with 9 of them early, big time. A lot of second chance points. Winning that battle, and I also think that the defense stepped it up a notch when you only scored 5 points in that third quarter. And for a while, that fourth quarter wasn't going well, 14 in that last. A lot of that was off of turnovers. Yeah. I have them with 8 turnovers, White River Valley, in that fourth quarter.
Well, that's kudos to the girls just wanting to win a game.
Right.
That's kudos to those
They
seniors.
ratcheted it up, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you look at them. I mean, you brought up the timeout. I looked at them, and I pointed out the seniors. I said, this is your last game. I said, are you going to get them two to play for you or not? And, you guys all five got to play together. And once that clicked, I mean, it clicked. So
really changed the speed of the game up. It affected them. They started making some really lazy passes and some bad passes. And I thought J.C. Archer, I said on the broadcast there, she was like a center fielder. I mean, she was roaming back, and she got her hands on a lot of passes there in that second half, especially.
Yeah, I mean, when we do our 2-2-1 stuff, I mean, you hear me, I make a lot of football and baseball references and how they're going to do stuff, but be center field, play a free safety, just read the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you're reading eyes, reading body movement, and doing everything you can. I don't know if Oliver needs to put me back here as DB coach or not.
Could be.
I'm sure not.
What did you say to the girls tonight when you went to the locker room? Because I could see when the buzzer went off, your arms went up, and I could just feel relief coming out of you.
Well, it was relief, and it's relief for those three seniors. I mean, they put so much into this program. I mean, you go back to last year, and then coming into this year, you're losing 30 points a game.
Right.
And, everybody's already putting you down before the season even starts. Like, they're not going to be very good. They just got those three girls. Well, they're better than people think. And I think that we're all right. We're heading in the right direction going into next week. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit about next week. Sullivan is your first stop, and this time it's for real.
Yeah. Tuesday was kind of a sleeper game, I guess is what you want to call it. I mean, Vance and I know him really well now, and we had conversation before. We're just gonna go out and play and see what happens. He's gonna have stuff. He's good. I mean, he's been in it for forever.
I'm sure JC will be ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I asked how she was. He's gonna say she's probably out, but
no way she's playing.
She'll be there.
Yeah. But we'll be ready for anything. I mean, these girls have had to play through different scenarios the whole year. That's why we put the schedule together the way we put it together. We've had to play a lot of tough opponents, and sometimes you're ready, sometimes you're not. Well, Tuesday you better be ready for it. So.
Well, we will see you there at sectional. Yeah. Congratulations. Go celebrate. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
So let's go over the scoring. First of all, for the Linton-Stockton Miners, 10 points in the first quarter, 24 at intermission, 29 at third quarter, only a 5-point third quarter. And you kind of wondered what was going to happen there, but 43 came out with a 13-point fourth quarter to win it 43-42. Audrey Sullivan, as Big D pointed out, was 16. That includes 4 trays. J.C. Archer with 5, but she played much bigger than that with 1 and 2 from the free throw line. The only free throws the Miners had all night. Unbelievable. 6 points for Addie McKee. Bella Franklin had a total of 5, including 1 tray in the second half. Olivia McKee, 3 trays tonight for a total of 11 points. And the Miners win it 43-42. For White revisiting Wolverines from White River Valley, Reese Graves coming away with 6 points. Brenna Walton with 12, including 2 trays. Peyton Lefevre coming out with 12. She had a tray as well. Ella Welch with 2 points. And Izzy Avila coming away with 10. Now in the free throw department, Peyton Lefevre was 2 for 2. So was Brenna Walton. Peyton Lefevre 1 of 2 for a total of 5 of 6 from the free throw line. But Big D, do you take a closer look?
Yeah, I would just say that the Miners improved vastly in that last quarter when they needed it. That 1 3-pointer, Olivia's going to remember that one the rest of her life. The Miners ended up shooting 30% from three-point lane. That is a whole lot better than what it was. 8 of 27 from there. They were 9 of 27 under the three-pointer, 17 of 48, 35% from the field. The Wolverines shot pretty good all night, 45%. Only tried 8 three-pointers, hit 3 of those for 38%. So most of their points came from the inside as I'm looking down here. Free throws, as Kevin said, 1 of 2 for the Miners at the end of the ballgame. We win by 1. She doesn't make that second free throw. 5 of 6, not a lot of fouls tonight. 5 of 6, 83% for the Wolverines. The Miners ended up with, looks like 14 turnovers, and actually White River Valley was 16-8, as I said in that last one, and they were all forced errors. Rebounds, 16 for the Miners, 9 of those on the offensive side, led by Addie McKee with 6, and 3 apiece from Isabella Franklin and J.C. Archer. For the Wolverines, they have 14 rebounds, 4 of those on the offensive side, led by Izzy Avila with 6, and it looks like 3 from Ella Walsh. I didn't one of the things we didn't talk about was the effort on Brenda Walton. She really only had 4 shots from
she didn't get open a lot.
4-7 for the night. She was deadly, 2 of 3, shot 57%, ended up with 12 points. But she was held pretty well in check, I thought, most of the time defensively. And the last thing I'd say is probably the Miners adjusted to Avila on the inside. That first half, it seemed like they just came down, gave her the ball. She muscled it up. Looked like the Miners tightened that up a little bit in the second half.
Well, what did the coach say? He switched somebody onto Graves. I didn't hear what I thought he said. He switched somebody onto her in the second half, and that made a big difference. But, Greg, how do you see this as far as a tune-up for sectionals and just winning their last home game here for the seniors?
I said, before the game, if this was low scoring, if it was down in the 40s, close to 40s, you're going to favor the Miners, and it did. I think if you're Linton, you're looking at this going, hey, we've won 2 going into it. I wouldn't want to see Linton on your schedule because they're capable of doing something really special. They just have had these little pieces missing at different times in every game this year. And, they come in here and their defense is going to keep them in the game. Their ability to shoot the ball is going to give them a chance. I think it's good for them. If you're WRV, nothing's off the table. Nothing changed from what was before the game. You missed the keg and you're third in the conference. At the end of the day, it doesn't take anything off the table for what you have in front of you next week. So if they're them, you're looking at it, you're going, okay, hey, what can we do different in those last 10 minutes? How can we clean up the offensive rebounding? And you got a chance to win the sectional next week. You really do.
Big D, we turn into Sullivan.
Yeah, and I tell you, I think Linton is a team that people could really overlook, but the Miners can't overlook the Arrows. They know they got that win. You know in the back of their minds they know Wilson is not going to be 100%. They can't focus on South Knox. I thought Coach did a good job here saying one game at a time. You can't think, we got South Knox. You got to get past the Arrows. But winning the last 2 games of the season, Kevin, finally the ball bounced our way. Finally we get
a tight game.
We finally pull that out when so many of these games we've lost in the last minute, if not the last possession. So they got to feel that's got to pump them up.
43-42 is our final on the Stanger Homes scoreboard. This has been the E2 Custom Creations postgame show. We'll turn it over to Heather.
As always, we want to thank those sponsors that make this broadcast free to view for all of you at home tonight. So we're going to do a really quick wrap-up here of your sponsors. To our 2024-2025 Minor Pride sponsors, Walton Funeral Service, Key Associates of Linton, Klusner Construction, Crane Credit Union, Team Ortho, Jathan Wright with Indiana Farm Bureau, The Grill of Linton, Audrey Sparks of Richard Brown Insurance, Linton Sporting Goods, Alicia Cornelius with Indiana Farm Bureau, Corey Sheets with Century 21 Sheets, and Michelle Stanger of Stanger Homes. Our live read and audio sponsors, Fish Monuments, Brock Anderson Construction, Violent Company, Linton Cycle Sales, Mayor Preble, and the City of Linton. Save a Lot in Linton, Autumn Trace of Greene County, Friends of Goose Pond, Midwest Satellite. Our banner sponsors, Green Streets, Skinner's Towing, Bandanas by Brenna, Beach Cattle of Bloomfield, Tim and Joan Warwick, Martha Butler and Hadley, Margaret Ann Simon, who you just ought to keep the porch light on for the next 15 days, Donnie and Marilyn Clayton. We want to say a special congratulations to the Linton-Stockton Miners and the 3 seniors, Olivia McKee, Isabella Franklin, and Addison McKee. And on a season well done for the WRV seniors, Andrea Davidson, Izzy Avila, Reese Graves, and Brenna Walton. And we want to send them good luck wishes as they travel to Clay City next week to face those in the 1A sectional. We would like to remind everyone that our broadcasting club has a current apparel fundraiser that ends this Sunday, so watch the information on our Facebook page so you can continue to order your apparel and credit your Minor Broadcasting Club. And our next broadcast will be tomorrow night as Kevin and I head to Eastern Green for a SWAC matchup, JV and Varsity. That tip-off is at 6 o'clock. Our pregame begins at 5:30. All the details on the admission and everything you need to know is going to post later this evening, and then we'll be right back here Saturday night against North Knox High School, when JV and varsity boys as well. The next girls broadcast that we have will be from North Knox High School when the Linton-Stockton Miners take on the Sullivan Golden Arrows in the first round of the sectional. And I think, Kevin, you and I too would like to send all of our condolences, our thoughts, and our prayers due to what happened last night in D.C. I just got notification that one of the passengers on the plane was a 26-year-old female from Carmel who is a graduate of Indiana University. So, Kevin, that might be one of Lana's classmates. And so we want to say thank you to everyone who has sponsored this girls' regular season play. We want to send our thoughts and prayers to everyone right now. And we will be seeing all of you tomorrow night from Eastern. So for Big D, Dan Phillips, Greg Elliott, Kevin Rader, and myself, this is Rader Media Sports.
Thank you for watching this high school girls basketball broadcast. This has been a production of Rader Media Sports. Until next time.